$28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month. Deal ends January 31st.
Crypto.com. You can make your predictions about the results. Check it out now at crypto.com or in the app.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. That's a pretty one, huh? It almost looks like a sea creature. It's pretty close to a sea creature. Good morning. Derek Anderson, I received some foot warmers. Wore them last night. I've never had warmer feet in my life. Thank you, my good friend. Foot warmers. So cute. Thank you. Derek Anderson, king of the foot warmers. Beautiful, big, thick socks. I know they're really great. They're great. Hey, I'm not wearing your hand-me-downs, am I? Those looked real. I mean, they looked new. They felt like they were new. I don't think I was wearing your old pair, Derek. I don't think I was wearing your old pair. What was? What about it? Oh, they're new? Okay, good. Woo! I mean, come on, I would have worn your clean old socks. Good morning. Hey, so day before yesterday, a big box came. I forgot to mention it yesterday during the show. It was a big white box. It was basically a meat locker. I want to say this was what was on the list. This was what was on the label. You guys, you got it, Wazzy. Just listen. You guys, look at that. I'm going to be honest with you about something. I have to be, because I just have to be. The caramel apple tartlet, had one. Already had one. The old tartlet, deliciolet. Thank you, guys. It was delicious, Niff. I haven't done any of the meats yet, but oh my goodness, the tartlet. 4 of them were in there. I already ate one. That's a lot of meat, JW. Just like that's a lot of fungus. We're going to give away a lot of fungus today. Give me 5 people that want to play scale game. Whoop. That want to play scale game. We're going to play scale game later on. Niff, I love to cook. I actually do. It's another way to be creative. It's also kind of an homage to my mom, because she was a really good cook, and she let me in the kitchen and taught me since I was a little guy. I was always one of the good cooks. Hey, so we're going to play scale games later today. So keep your guests to yourself for right now. Good morning, everybody. Oh, let me turn this other light on. Good morning. It's dropping little pieces of snow, like little almost hail drops outside right now. It's crazy. Have a good day, JW. Um, Yesterday afternoon, I'm putzing around and I'm on IG, and I get a notice. Hey, come on over here. Look at us. We're over here. I hear little voices crying out in the wilderness. I'm like, what's going on? Anyways, a bunch of you little birds, you little birds are building nests out there together. It is the cutest thing in the world. It literally gave me the warmest feeling, warmer even than these wonderful gifts that you little birds sent me. That was Omaha steak, a big box of Omaha steaks, and it looks like the whole crew put together and got for me. I can't tell you guys again how much. This has just been a great Christmas and birthday season for me. Probably my best. Not physically feeling, but emotionally. Never had more friends or more connections or more people that I watched help other people. And so it was so beautiful yesterday. I posted something like, I felt like a dad, okay? Eggs. I felt like a dad that sort of stumbled into the backyard, and all the kids and the nieces in the neighborhood, they were all getting together and doing a play, practicing a play that they're going to show the parents later on. You've seen scenes like that, right? Where the kids are going to put on a play for the parents, and they're like all practicing. They set up some hokey little kid stage with their outfits and everything, and they stage some kind of a play. Is that ringing a bell for anybody? I know we did that. I don't know if kids even do that anymore. And if kids even do it anymore. But that's what I felt like. I'm not joking. I felt like I had just stumbled into the backyard, maybe looking through the hedges, and I'm watching all you kids playing. All you kids playing together, figuring stuff out. It was so, I don't know why I thought you guys were going to put on a play, but it was so cute. Okay, Fruit and Chamber, Van Diesel, start with the 52 quart Sterilite tub. They're usually the best thing to start with. Okay, kids, baby birds, pals, thank you for my birthday presents and everything else. Then you added me. You guys were sneaky, Niff. Slightly sneaky. But it was okay. It was blessing. It was really cute to see your group. And I hope it grows. I hope more people are able to come and say hi. Everybody's hugging each other this morning over there. Hey, wake up. Tea is pretty soon. What do I have? Oh, let me see. One second, I'm looking for something here. Today is my mom's birthday. If my mom were alive today, she would be 91. She would be 91 years old today. And you guys know, because you hear me talking about it enough here. One second. Okay. Happy birthday to my mom. She's a beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous human being. And everybody that ever met her loved her like you wouldn't believe. She just pureness and kindness and goodness and hard work. And she was married to a tough guy. The old guy, my dad. He was a product of his time. My dad was 9 years older than my mom. And my mom had, wait for it, you guys, 6 kids in a 9-year span. There were 6 of us little rugrats. Beep, 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 beep. All within 9 years of each other. So we were a tight little group. My mom leaned on her maternal instincts. Not even, black and green TVs. We didn't even have a black and white. We had a black and green. And you were allowed to watch Ed Sullivan on Sunday nights. My dad ran a tight ship. I think he had to because he didn't know how to control the whole group. My mom just hugged everybody. And just in a way, she kept us insulated from my dad in many ways. But don't get me wrong, my dad was a beautiful provider, an immense moral example, and beyond intelligent. He challenged you to be more intelligent at every level. He just didn't have an ability. This guy said yesterday on our talk yesterday, if my dad had one time in my teenage years when I was just developing and desiring, I wanted to be like my dad so bad. If he'd have told me one time, I'm proud of you, I probably wouldn't have gone through a bunch of the pain that I went through. Not saying that we're not okay today, because we're developed a new person as a result of that. But I wouldn't have had to go through a bunch of pain. My dad was the one that I looked to for that, and my mom was giving it to me as a bath, right? So we were talking, myself and my 2 sisters last night, and we were just scrolling, texting back and forth about mom and dad. My one sister wrote, "It's so concise and it's so perfect. And if we gotta hug our kids so much more and stop demanding them to be something that you want them to be, find out what they want to be." My mom was the saving influence in all 6 of us. We ended up turning out okay. This is what my one sister wrote. So true. And what a very different perspective I had written. My mom worked nights, and my dad worked days. So there was always somebody at the house to take care of us. That was child care. But don't forget that the parent that's been working all day, all night, is sleeping during the day. Right? But they're babysitting you. But really, my mom would be sleeping to get ready for her night shift. And then she could go to work when my dad came home from work. So we usually only had one parent there until weekends. And we could never run rough on my dad. We were scared of him. But my mom, we'd bounce off the bed. We didn't care. We'd wake her up to go get money to go buy donuts. We did all kinds of stuff to my mom, poor lady. I said this, bless mom. Her chicks waking while she slept because she had night crew. Dad working as hard as he did all day long, construction worker. I said, I can't imagine our parents' stress. I can't even imagine it when I think about it. Our parents all went through a lot of stress. If we can be kind to each other here, I think we can be kind to the memories. Even if they weren't the greatest parent, you can be kind to their memory. This is my sister. It's so true from a very different perspective as I get older. Mom was a kid, raising kids. She was 20 years old when she had her first baby. And by the time she was 29, she had 6 of us. Not many 29-year-old women today are running around with a 6-pack. Dad was a wounded young man from his childhood, doing the very best he could. My sister ends it by saying, I love those 2 misfits. Thank you for letting me share about my mom this morning. Moms and hard-ass dads. Listen to you, Karen. Every one of his children turned out to be law-abiding, moral, upstanding, really not taking advantage of too many people in our lives, hardworking. And I probably struggled the most out of all 6 kids. My parents struggled the most with me, because I had a rebellious streak. Can anybody imagine Pops with a rebellious streak? Well, can anybody imagine that? And if I'm glad to hear that about your mom. Yeah, I had a little rebellious streak in me. Yeah. Oh, there was another one. One more thing. Let me read this one other thing. This is me bragging. I was national level debater and public speaker even in high school, from middle school through high school. And I was on the forensics team at UCLA for a year. Why am I telling you guys that? Because I've always liked to talk. My sister, wait. One more thing. Sorry, give me a second. Gosh, I didn't know we talked all that. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Okay. Wait, it's Memory Road for Pops. So you guys have to go with me. So I went back to the parish that I was raised in, Our Lady of Peace, OLP. We used to call it Old Ladies Prison. Okay, not to the nuns and the priests. We didn't tell them. They knew though. Psst, where do you go to school? Old Ladies Prison. We went to Our Lady of Peace. And so I'm in 9th or 10th grade, and I want to give back to the community. Okay? So I went to the school, and I asked them, can I, Holy Cross, Karen. I asked them, can I start an after-school program? Can I start an after-school program where I'm going to teach speech, public speaking? And whoever, and you had to be in the 6th or you had to be in the 7th or 8th grade at the school, and you could join the speech club. And I'm going to monitor the speech club, Of course, you know, I talked him into it. I forgot all about this till I forgot. Look at all of us going to private schools. So my sister had she's in a group chat with friends of hers. Don't forget now, we're the Kerbrat kids. There's one in every grade. My brother's in 6th grade, my sister's in 5th, I'm in 4th, my little sister's in 3rd. We're like literally at old lady's prison, and we got one in each grade. Except there was one skip at the very end when Puff was 1 year skip. Anyways, so we were a well-known family at the school. And don't forget Catholic families. There were a few families that had even more kids. The O'Grady's, they had like 8. The McCarthy's, they had 12. The Springers, strong 6 or 7. Okay. It was, every grade had one of them in it. You know, if I look back, I was like, it was pretty good. It was pretty healthy. All right. So I guess they trusted the fam because don't forget my dad was well known in the parish because he was had gone to become a priest to the seminary. Anyways, I'm so sorry I'm rambling. I'm trying to set this up so you guys know that Pops has always been a little bit of a rambler. So my sister's chatting back and forth with her friends. They're 2 grades down, 3 grades down from me, 3 grades. So I must be like in 9th grade or something, and I'm back at the school in the evening as a speech coach. My sister's friend wrote to her as they're chatting. She goes, well, I remember Chris. We had a lot of eraser fights when Chris was coaching us in speech class at night. If we made a mistake, he would hurl a chalkboard eraser at us. Frank Arduini, he coached us too, and he was kind of cool, but not crazy like Chris. We loved Chris. He was a rascal. And then she said, my old OLP group always brings your name up. They have such fun memories of you. I don't know why I had to tell you guys. Okay. I wrote her back. I go, if somebody did that today, they'd go straight to jail. No, you would go straight to jail. You can't throw an eraser at a kid because he messed up in a speech. But I guess we could back in 1973. And then I guess it was so cool it turned into an eraser fight. Oh, I don't know how the teachers let us get away with that stuff. Okay. I don't know why. Are you guys okay that I shared that? What? Back in the day. Oh, what'd you do? You made a mistake? Wham! Do you remember eraser fights? I remember them. The teacher'd come in and there'd be eraser marks on the walls. You're in there trying to erase the eraser marks. Random ones like way too high to reach. That's Catholic school. Oh, you guys, thank you for letting me share that. I don't know, I'm wandering. I'm rambling down memory lane right now. All because I love my mom. Okay. Good stuff. Thank you. Oh, I know, Derek. Powder them. Come up behind him and powder them up. What kind of this is me volunteering to help the community. Really, I don't remember it. That's the funniest part. Is she's telling me I was hurling erasers at kids. I can't. It fits the image completely, though. It's like we can't wait for the Coach Chris. I've always tried to be a coach, I guess. I just learned to use different techniques over the years, right? Oh, man, it's funny. Coach Chris. Okay. Let's do, I'm going to only do about 5 of these, as we have a lot to learn today. Thanks for going down memory lane. Okay. School was so different, but then as soon as a teacher came around, man, you could sit up straight and look, or you could turn it back into straight so fast. Okay. It was easy. But I think we didn't know that they knew what was going on. They knew. It's like just like me watching you guys through the hedge. I think teachers watch through a window once in a while and go, I don't want to go in there yet. They're over in the window over the side of the... No, let it run its course. Okay. Zero. Zero is an even number. It is not. Zero's even? Yeah, your brain uses approximately 10 watts of energy to think. Zzz, zzz. Approximately 10 watts of energy to think. Man, I've been burning up the watts this morning. Your fingernails grow faster when you're cold. Brr, brr. I'm freezing, Scratch. The average person spends 6 months of their life waiting at a red light to turn green. Now, this is not including Amish. Wind is silent unless it blows against something. Wind in and of itself is silent. When we hear wind, it's only because it's blowing something. Yuma, Arizona, free. Yuma, Arizona, that's near where free is. Gets an average of 4,000 hours of sunshine a year, making it the sunniest place on earth. Sunniest place on earth. Boop. It's impossible. Try it. It's impossible to hum while pinching your nose. Can't do it. I'm going to ask Brock to try it. What's a group of lemurs called? Yesterday we were doing armies and we were doing all kinds of stuff. What's a bunch of lemurs? Oh, you guys tried it? You're out there humming with your nose closed? 5280 all day, you're good. That's exactly right. It's called a conspiracy. It's called a conspiracy. I think that's really cool. So a wombat. What shape do you think its poop is? What shape? A wombat. Matthew, how do you guys know this stuff? How do you know? I've never heard this before in my whole life. They come out in cubes. Cube-shaped. Is the spot they're coming out, is it square? Cube. The Alaskan wood frog. The Alaskan wood frog. Remember the one that can freeze, hibernates all winter. It can hold its pee for over 8 months. We all bleed red. We all bleed red. Oh, it's in Minecraft, what? Except octopuses. Octopuses bleed blue. Octopuses bleed blue. Why? Because of the copper that's in it. Because it's copper-based. Human blood's red because it's iron-based. Well, thanks, Pops. I never knew that. Final one for today. This is going to be an important one. This is going to be your takeaway for today. You ready? Takeaway. The lint. Did you know the lint that you collect in your pocket? It's always, I hate it. I'm always pulling that out and like just flicking it away. I don't want a little wad of lint in my pocket. That lint that collects in your pocket is called gnurr. Gnurr. The name's just as ugly as it is. Gnurr. So I just reach into my pocket, I grab a wad of gnurr, and I just flick it. Gnurr. Gnurr. The word itself is disgusting. Okay, class. We are still talking about medicinal mushrooms, no question about it. But I wanted to read a couple of other little articles to you. This is from just today's Tricycle Day newsletter, and then I have a little one from last week's. And then we'll get as far as we can with the medicinal mushrooms for today, and we'll continue on with it tomorrow. Rodman, have a nice day, my good friend. And say hello to your mom, please. Rodman mom. Purging is so passé. Purging is so passé. People who've sat with ayahuasca will tell you the same thing. Words don't do it justice, they say. The experience is ineffable. Even if you really press them, one word you're unlikely to hear is convenient. Between the strict dieta, the hours-long ceremonies, and the enthusiastic purging from both ends, let's just say it's a commitment. But what if there was another way? I fight this. I'm just going to tell you guys as I read this. Two of them, actually. I fight this internally. I'm like, if we're going to do this, we have to do it old school. You can only do mushrooms. You can only do your psychedelic. This is the way. How the indigenous people did it, and that's it. And that's my natural approach, my natural mental mindset. I change it when I realize that I don't know crap. And that I'm not the only one that's needing the medicine. And if there's ways to get medicine to people that works for them, then by golly, that's what we should be doing too. Not just restricting it to the old-fashioned ways, but to saying, if there's new ways and new processes and new deliveries, let's discover them and let's make them available. It may not be your choice, but because it's not your choice, mine, I'm talking to myself, Pops, because it's not my choice, doesn't mean it's wrong. And that's an open-mindedness that I haven't always had. And I'm thanking the mushrooms for that. I'm thanking the growth of my brain for that. So here we are, we have ayahuasca. There's a traditional way to do it. And part of it is the purging process. But what if there's another way? Thank you, Shawanda. I think we just need to be open-minded. Some of these people, you can't do it like that. It's pharma, this, pharma. Let's see how it works before we start yelling at anybody. A new study out of Switzerland just tested a novel pharmahuasca formulation that could streamline the whole operation. Instead of drinking a bitter brew of plants, participants got DMT through a nasal spray and harmine via dissolving tablets under their tongue. So they're getting the two major drugs from the ayahuasca, the DMT and the harmine. But they're getting it spray, tablet. Don't knock it till you try it. The results are pretty encouraging. Predictable delivery. The combo produced consistent blood levels of DMT lasting 2 to 3 hours. Better tolerance. Way fewer people experienced nausea compared to the traditional ayahuasca. Only 3% of the people vomited. Personally, I would like that because I don't want to vomit. Precise dosing. The repeated intermittent nasal spray let people control their journey. So, this isn't the first attempt to make ayahuasca more palatable. Scientists have tried using harmine and DMT into pills before. But by bypassing the digestive system completely, straight into the mouth, this new approach seems to dodge many of the pitfalls while still delivering the goods. You can see where they're going with this. A more predictable, better tolerated version of ayahuasca may make it easier to study in clinical trials and then eventually be available to patients in need. That's my bottom line. Though something tells us traditional healers won't be trading in their brew for nasal sprays anytime soon. After all, some people say that the purge is even part of the medicine. Okay, and I see that too. Then again, maybe that's just what they're telling themselves while they're hugging the bucket. Give me 5 people. You don't have to agree. You just have to understand the article. It's not big pharma until we start seeing what kind of price tags people are putting on things too. There's an inherent cost to developing and delivering. There's an inherent cost, but then there's a pirate cost. We need to know the difference. And we're going to be able to tell When the stuff hits the mainstream, we're going to be able to tell. We're also probably going to be able to do pirate a lot of this ourselves. So I'm not jumping on the, oh, don't do it, because I don't know what the end results are going to be. I don't know what it is that they're going to be offering eventually. I'm glad to see that they're doing the research. And then we'll save our judgment for another time, huh? I'm going to read you one more. It's a quick little article. This is pretty cute. Oop. Okay. There's a classic conundrum. A conundrum. It's a problem that doesn't really have a solution. It just keeps happening. There's a classic conundrum in psychedelic therapy. The classic conundrum is this: does the cat actually love me? Or has he just figured out where food comes from? It's a pretty good one. Oops. I meant that for my diary. But this is just as deeply a puzzling question. When psilocybin works for depression, can we chalk it up to brain chemistry? Or does the subjective experience, what you actually feel and think during the journey, play a role? A new study digging into Compass Pathways' largest ever psilocybin trial offers some fresh perspective. Here's what what researchers found when they crunched the numbers. Doses matter. This is in the duh category. Doses matter. Higher doses generally produce stronger psychedelic effects than lower doses. The author writes, no surprises there. But it's not that simple. Even at the same dose, people's experiences vary widely. Some folks barely felt 25 milligrams, while others went deep on just 10. Makes you wonder why. Experience predicts outcomes. Independent of dosage, the intensity of certain subjective effects, especially that classic feeling of merging with the universe, they call it oceanic boundlessness, this predicted how much people's depression improved. So there you have it. They uncouple the drug from its subjective effects, and the receipts show the trip does matter for treating depression. The bigger the dose, the better opportunity for treating the depression. Then again, we can't completely rule out that some unmeasured aspect of brain chemistry explains both the subjective experience and the chemical improvements. Kind of another duh. For what it's worth, another recent study found that strong psychedelic experiences also predicted, wait for it, strong psychedelic experiences predicted positive personality changes. in healthy volunteers. So let's just say the evidence is starting to stack up. At the end of the day, people will believe what they want to believe. Just ask my cat. Good article. There's a lot of subjectivity. That's why people that are on placebo can feel something. What? Nothing wrong with that. I'm glad to hear your chemicals are kicking. You can do it without the drug. One more thing. Does anybody like those articles? Who likes those articles? Nerdy, of course. I know. My nerdster and I, we're like nerds. Okay? Okay, one other thing. Hold on. Okay. Let's do our reading for today. We'll get back into our medicinal mushrooms. I did a lot of studying yesterday, and I have all kinds of neat new information. I'm learning more now because I'm studying myself about the human immune system. What a fantastic, incredible creature we are if we could live it with kindness instead of destroying everything else around us. I'm going to show you a little clip. It's funny, and it could seem sexist, but please don't look at it in terms of one sex versus another. Don't do that. That's not the joke. What I'm asking you to look at it, this is a joke. It's funny, but it's an incredibly deep message if you look at it from this perspective. How easy it is as we communicate to take something personal. How easy it is. We can take something out of any conversation and take it personal. And then when we do, we blow things up. Things don't go well when we take things personal. We're going to show you this little clip here. And while we can laugh, and I think it's hilarious. What I keep seeing it in it is, I think this person took something personal. So watch this with me.
A room full of women? Why am I in the room?
Okay.
Did you pick me in a room full of women?
A room full of women?
Yeah.
Why am I in the room?
Well, I don't know. Why are you in the room? Why'd you go in the room?
Because you told me to go in the room.
I don't recall telling you to go into any room. I just asked.
You just asked if I was in the room with full of women.
How do you even know you're in the room? You could be on one of those two-way glasses.
You just
and
asked
you
me
could
a
be looking
question.
through the room. But now, all of a sudden, you're in the room. And you inserted yourself. I didn't even think about that.
Yes, I would pick you. Is that the right answer?
Not anymore. It would have been if you wouldn't have asked, well, why am I in the room? I don't know. I have no idea.
So why did
That
you...
wasn't... I didn't think about that. And now I'm thinking about it. Now I'm upset. Because why are you in the room?
You tell me.
You know what? If there was a room full of guys, I'm not going in there, okay? But you're suddenly in the room with full of women?
I gotta do it again. Just one more time.
Did you pick me in a room full of women?
A room full of women?
Yeah.
Why am I in the room?
Poor guy didn't even go to the room.
Well, I don't know. Why are you in the room? Why'd you go in the room?
Because you told me to go in the room.
I don't recall telling you to go into any room. I just asked.
You just asked if I was in the room with full of women.
How do you even know you're in the room? You could be on one of those two-way glasses.
You just
and
asked
you
me
could
a
be
question.
looking through the room. But now, all of a sudden, you're in the room.
because you.
And you inserted yourself. I didn't even think about that.
Yes, I would pick you. Is that the right answer?
Not anymore. It would have been if you wouldn't have asked, well, why am I in the room? I don't know. I have no idea.
So why?
That was I didn't think about that. And now I'm thinking about it. Now I'm upset. Because why are you in the room?
You tell me.
You know, if there was a room full of guys, I'm not going in there, okay? But you're suddenly in the room with full of women?
Those are some of our communication patterns. I'm not proud of it. I don't think it's wonderful. What I see is people not able to communicate. Taking things personal. I like seeing it in action. Okay? And that is not a girl. Men do that to the women, the opposite way around. I want to say, that is not what that message is about. I have found myself in my past being that person. Okay? There's a lot easier way to do it. The magic of surrender. The magic of surrender. It's going to take about 10 minutes to read this, and then let's just do our scale game first. Let's do a scale game first, and then whoever wants to stick around for a reading can. Yeah? Okay. Scale game. We're going to try to figure out how much this fellow weighs. Don't say anything yet, please. I'm not paying attention right now. Okay? Okay, let me get out my scale and weigh that guy. Okay, not yet. Wait, please. I'm going to tell you how we're doing this. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to guess the weight. Don't do it yet. Please wait till I say go. You can only guess one time. Only guess one time, so we get everybody a chance. The first 3 people to get within 2/10 of the total weight in grams, and either over or under, doesn't matter. First 3 to get within 2/10 are going to move forward to a spin to win round. Go. What's that weigh? Within 2/10. Please only answer once. Okay. All right. I made it too hard on you guys. So reset. Everybody take your numbers back. I made that too hard on you. Okay? Based off of the numbers that you guys are giving me, I made that too hard on you. All right? And thank you for the orderliness with which you answered. So reset. Take all your numbers back. And we're going to do that again. And I'm going to tell you, okay, I'm going to ask you to be the closest, the first 3 closest within 2 or 3/10. And please start your bidding at over 8 grams. These little 4-grammer things, forget about it. Start your bidding at over 8 grams. Go. First 3 closest. Okay, I got it. I got it. I got the first three that I think are the closest right away. There are other coming in, but there's first three that I saw that are closest right away. Boom. My three spinners. The three spinners, the first three closest. Some got there, but not as fast as these first three. Karen, that scale, I was ready to get rid of it, and I said I just can't. Okay, Bud. Bud, you're number one. Bud, I have you as number one. Mr. Phillips. Mr. Phillips, I have you as number two. Mr. Phillips is number two. And Mike Barabal. Mikey, you're number three. Okay? So here we go. Bud. Bud. Bud it is. So Seth, sometimes our screens times are different. You may say it and see it on your screen when I don't see it on mine because of lag times and stuff, okay? Excuse me. Bud, send me your address at the DetroitMushLab.net. Go there, scroll to the bottom, send me your address, and I'll get that mailed out to you. Okay? Bud gets the whole thing. We're going to do 2 more of those this week. We're going to give away a couple more Gigantos this week. Don't go in bidding 4. Don't go in bidding 4 grams or 4.5 or 5. No. We're doing big stuff this week. Okay? And I appreciate there were a few of you that said good luck everyone and didn't give a number. And I know that's because recently I've sent you something and I see you and what you just did there. And thank you for being gentlemen and gentlewomen and gentlemen to each other. That's kindness. Hey, I really would like to, but I just got something. Let's see somebody else win. And I saw that right there. Pop sees everything. No, I don't. Our true nature. Yeah, did you guys notice some of those people did that? They didn't put in a number. They were like, let somebody else win that stuff. Our true nature. I know it may not always feel this way. No matter who you are, you have likely suffered it in love. I understand it. It's not easy being a human being. Maybe your parents didn't give you what you needed. I've been crying all week. Poor pops. They were selfish or bitter and angry, even abusive, ignorant, didn't know any better, untrained. Perhaps they made you feel less than, unloved, maybe unworthy. Ooh, this is one. Maybe your siblings. With your siblings, it was always a competition. Myself and my brother. Imagine parents, and you always have to watch these two trying to outdo each other. You felt like an outsider in your own family. You felt like your siblings were loved more than you were. Did anybody feel that? If you had siblings, did anybody feel it? I did. I know it's not true, but emotionally, that's how I grew up. Maybe you've been single for years and you feel like a failure. You grew tired of searching. You feel like giving up. You can't help thinking, what's wrong with me? Maybe you've been betrayed. cheated on. Maybe people have let you down. You just don't believe in love anymore. I get it. Sometimes those who should love us the most hurt us the most. And so we run from love because we can't face being hurt again. We'd rather be safe than go through another heartbreak. We're not sure we'd survive. I understand why you may feel this way. I've been there. I understand. This is one of those I get it, and you can truly get it. But I want you to know you were made to love. I didn't say to be loved yet. You were made to love. You can't run away from what you are. To run from what you truly are is the most painful thing you can do. That's why we end up in our depressions and anxieties and all that, because we're running from who we are. We're staying stuck in some conch shell and not metamorphosing. The most painful thing you can do is run. Because if there is only one thing we were born to do, what am I here for? I'm not here to be a scientist. I'm not here to be a historian. I'm not here to be a theologian. Those are just things I do while I'm here. What was I born for? To love. Take a moment and consider how we all started in this life. When you look at newborn babies, they're full of love. Love radiates from their being. Why do you think we love little babies? You can't help but giving them a little cheek, a little googie. They're radiating. They're baby angels. They're born blowing out love. My little guy, I knew immediately that there were going to be physical issues, but he radiated. Every person, every guy, every nurse, every doctor on the floor, and Brock didn't get out for a year out of intensive care. They loved him. Despite anything he challenged, he radiated it. Why don't we keep radiating our whole life? When did we stop radiating? Love radiates from their being. You could put an infant in front of a criminal, and that baby would reach out to his face, smiling and gurgling and seeking to connect, full of love for whatever's in front of them. That's so neat. The love isn't about the other person. It's about who that baby is. They are love, personified. Love is our nature. We are here to share it with each other and every person we come in contact with. A baby doesn't reserve its love for only its family members. Babies don't ration out their love to share only with those that love them back. And yet it's what we do over time. Thank you, Shamsi. Our essential nature gets suppressed through the course of our life. It starts when our parents, despite their best intentions, didn't know how to love us unconditionally. When we behaved badly, our parents often punished us. Maybe they sent us to our rooms. They gave us certain looks of disdain. They yelled. They took away your favorite toy. They would ground you. We interpreted that punishment to mean that we were bad. We learned that if we did the right things, we would be loved. We determined that love isn't something freely given, but something that gets dispensed when we exhibit good behaviors. Get good grades, earn the gold medal, be pretty, then daddy loves me. When we buy into this paradigm, we think we've got to work for love to earn our worthiness. This belief system becomes so ingrained in us, we don't even realize it. It's a story that we made up about reality. We think it's our reality. So we seek love out there, forgetting that it's already in us. We betray our feelings. We pretend to be people we're not. Hypocrite. We say yes when we mean no. Because just because you are not in touch with the love that you are, doesn't mean you aren't love. It's the foundation of your being. You were a baby once. I'm going to show you the freedom that's available when you step off the hamster wheel. When you stop performing, manipulating, seeking, and remember who you truly are. And love freely. We're going to continue this tomorrow. We're going to talk about our own unconditional love for ourselves. That's where it goes. Let's remember today, when we were babies, there wasn't a single person I wouldn't gaga goo goo to. I reached out and giggle, and I want to be more like that baby. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same mush time, same mush channel. Let's keep practicing our 4 agreements. Let's be impeccable with the power of our word. Let's not take things personal or too far when we communicate with people. Turn it into drama and something it's not. Let's not have expectations. Just act because you are. And then let's do our best. Today, my best is going to be staying in touch with my baby. That's going to be my best. Gaga. See you guys tomorrow, my good friends. Sandy and Sandman and Teuton Tone and Karen, nice to see you here today. HB and Billy D and Niff and Sandy and Sarah Bear and Herbie Von Werby Kabop and Joe D's. And HB and Lynette, nice to see you. Jesus Christ and enormous. And Marcus Dock, nice man. Mike Barabal and Higgs and John Zook and Jesus Christ in Australia. Niffer Mama, Cleanie, those are 2 cute, nice people. Derek Anderson, Vegas is my girlfriend in the elevator. 4-Leaf, Sanum, Hunter people, Sarah Bear, Michael Sean T. Patterson, Greenie, Sue Littlemeyer, Billy T. Teuton Tone, I can say that. Enormous and Nippy and Mike and 5280 all day. Nice to see you here. Trenty, Nerdy and Cat Meowzilla and Sham C. I was glad to see you here. Arthur G. Sayre, Kimberly, International Kindness Ambassador, 4-Leaf, Lynette, Nippy, Free, Calico, Joe T's, Jesus Christ in Australia, enormous, and Vegas and Calico and Mike Barball and Pops. Peace. Gaga. Goo goo.